Hey, what's up? It's your boy Paul Brandon. Let's get into Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 12. So this episode starts off, it's Christmas time. So they show the ladies, preparing for Christmas and stuff like that. So we got Marlo getting ready to do a photo shoot with her nephews, and ex her nephews, what we gonna do for Christmas and stuff like that. The oldest one, I wanna say that's William. He was like, can we meet uh is it Scotty? Scotty. Hope that I'm saying his name right. Bro, quick chat, she went, she went, she went, no, that ain't gonna happen. She went, nah, it's too early for that. She went, y'all ain't gonna meet nobody that's in my life until maybe a year. After a year, that's the only time y'all gonna actually meet somebody that I'm actually really into is after a year. Maybe that. But other than that, nah, that ain't happening. So from there we move on to Sonya. So Sonya's at home, back from the trip and everything. So she goes in there to help her sister wrap gifts. So they wrapping fake gifts now. So the kids don't open up nothing. So she sit down and have a talk with her sister. Tell her sister about the trip and everything, and tell her sister she had fun, and she told her about the sound bath. It made her realize that she missed her sister. She missed her sister not being at certain things like the mommy nations stuff, that the big event, charity event, and her not being there. And the sister was like, well, you my little, well, I'm not your little sister anymore. I'm married. I got my own things. I got my own life. Mostly, she's saying I have my own life. I got things to do. I have a husband and kids, and I can't be your main cheerleader anymore. And I'm like, girl, when you was there, your sister was asking. I said most of the time. I said you usually working. So I said, when you was there, you was working, but you also had a schedule. When anything that Sonya is having, you usually know about it. You knew about it beforehand. So there's no excuse for you not to actually make any effort to actually try to be there. Just to be supporter, because at the end of the day, that's your sister. And you will always be her little sister. But you show, and she just wanted you to be supportive, but you goes into a nagging mode and showing your different sides of you, your different personality, your other personality comes out, and it's like you playing these mind games, and you make her cry and stuff, and make her feel bad, like you didn't know what was going on. So that's just a little side note rant. So they ended up making up and stuff, and they end up hugging. So yeah, they on good terms and everything. So good luck to that. So now hopefully when they get ready to move out, the sister relationship actually does work out for them. So they be in their own space, and we'll see how that's gonna go. So moving on from there, we move on to Candy and Cynthia. So Cynthia finally shows up, y'all. So they meets up for lunch or dinner, whatever it's, So Candy asking Cynthia, how's things been going and stuff. She said, I'm doing good. I'm back in the city, and getting back to back to me and stuff, rebuilding myself since my second marriage ended and all that stuff. And Candy, one, you don't really, do you want to talk about it? Or you say not really, but they gave a quick little glance back on the stuff. She said, I'm just rebuilding my life over again. New things happening in my life, and she went, I'm ready to move on. So they just sitting there. Cynthia was like, so girl, you called me on the girls trip. You ended up calling me to find out what went on during that bolo trip. And she went, I had to tell you, a girl, I don't even remember because I went to bed. She went to even. I don't remember nothing because I went to bed. I went to bed at that time. So So Candy went into explaining to what happened and feeling a certain way, like telling her that we all, me, Marlo, and Kenya was all in an agreement. We don't get in an agreement, y'all, saying that they kissed. Drew and Latoya kissed. And all that. But I don't want to be made. She's saying I'm lying and stuff and so forth. Candy and I'm inviting her to her peach her peach event because she's launching her new line, celebrate her 10 years in uh, the adult toy business, and she got a new product coming out called the peach fudge. So they did a little chit chat on that. She told about the movie and stuff, who was in it and stuff. That Drew thinking it was a plot line and all that. Blase, blase. So moving on from there, we move on to okay. So side note, back to the other stuff. So Candy saying she don't know where her friendship with her and Drew stands right now because of that and her being considered a liar. I said, girl, you always been a liar. You is a liar. So I said, I don't know why you're mad. I said, because a person that get mad so easily being for another person saying it ain't true, I ain't no liar. It's like, girl, that tells a lot about you. But moving on. So she said she don't know where their friendship stands. So move on from there. We move on to Kenya. Kenya at home with her daughter and her little cousin that she's babysitting on her dad's side. And she want to have another kid, because she want Brooklyn to be a big sister and all that stuff. And she really, it's like, girl, you can't carry. Your doctor made it very clear you cannot carry, girl. And because the simple fact is you want to carry a kid. Girl, your time's up. I'm sorry to say it. Your time's been up a long time ago, girl. Be happy that you got your daughter. And if you're going to do the surrogate, girl, do it. But, end up having fun and stuff with the daughter, end up playing with the cousin and stuff. And she asks the daughter, if I did you have a sibling or something, would you help out with changing the pampers and stuff? She said, yeah, only if you gave me a mask. I said, girl, smart. I said, Brooklyn smart. I know that's right. So moving on from there, we move on to Drew. So Drew is at home, and the producer asks her, did she ask Ralph what happened on his trip to Vegas? And she was like, I did ask him what happened. He said all he did was work. It was a work thing. I said, girl. I said, I doubt if you asked that man anything. I said, I doubt that you asked him. To be honest, Drew, I don't believe you asked him at all, but we know you. So Drew moved on from there. So she talks to Ralph about what's been going, the trip and everything, and brings up the whole, she kissed, saying that I kissed Toya, and I didn't kiss Toya. I didn't. I really didn't kiss him. I really didn't kiss her. I didn't kiss her. I went, and he asked he went, okay. He said, so she went, yeah, because Marlo brought up Marlo being, sneaky and stuff, videotaping this and that and all that stuff. And he said, so he said, so he went, it's not really a big deal. He said, it's not, he actually said it wasn't a big deal. What's the big deal about the kiss? That's what he said. So I'm like, okay. She said, if I did it, I would have told it. I said, girl, I don't know. I said, I believe you may have did it. You may have kissed her. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But, she ended up telling Ralph about saying that she lied during this thing, saying that she said I told you that when I called you I told you she was saying stuff about me and stuff, and then she started talking about you and everything. I said she started to lie. I said, like, but you told, when it was said, you said that you told him when he got the call, he went back to Marlo. He was saying, he texted her. He said that you were saying a lot of things about him. That Marlo was saying a lot of things about him, and it wasn't the case. You saying, then you said it was about you, and then they started talking about him. I said, make up your mind. So we move on from there. We move on to okay, we move on to Marlo. So Marlo's at her home with her best friend, going through her schedule for the week or whatever. And they talked a little bit about Scotty. And how everything's been going good. She like, he liked to party a lot, and she was like, just thinking out loud and saying stuff. I don't know if I can do that. My husband partied every day, and her friend went, "Oh, really? Now your husband? No, girl. I'm just thinking out loud, girl. And ain't don't get too serious." I said, I said, Marlo, I see her dating him, but I don't see nothing more than that with him. That's just me, but yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with his money or anything like that. It just, I see her just it's her getting back into the dating scene again after 4 long years. It just step in, so it's what it do. So we move on from there. We move on to Candy and Sheree. So Candy and Sheree, y'all. Candy's at her studio. I think Candy called it. She in one part of the place getting ready to record for some of her stuff she got to do. Sheree shows up. Her and Sheree started chit chatting. Uh, we end up finding out that Sheree actually got her boobs redone and stuff, and she went to Candy and Kenya's doctor to get them redone. So I went, okay, all right. I said, so Kenya, you got your boobs done, girl, but you didn't get that. Didn't go back in and get that ass readjusted. Alrighty. But moving on. So Sheree ended up discussing the whole Drew. She said the whole Drew thing with Candy and asked her what's the issue and what happened. And Candy was like, it was her being called a liar, which triggered everything. And she saying I'm no liar. Sheree was like, Drew said you was producing, girl. Drew said you was producing for for that movie and for the movie and stuff. She went, producing. Why would I produce a thing? She went, that ain't me. That ain't what I do. I said, girl, you do produce sometimes. I said, she ain't. I said, Drew didn't lie about that, girl, because sometimes you produce just like Kenya produce. You do some producing, but this time around, I don't think that you were doing anything. Y'all were just chit chatting as girlfriends at the slumber party, and instead of you just not paying it any attention what Drew said, you took offense to it because she didn't say what you wanted her to say. She said no. But so they continued their little talk. Sheree also told her Oh, yeah. So they end up moving on from that. At that point, Candy was like, at this point, I don't even know if I want her to even be in the movie. And I'm like, girl. I said all this because she called you a liar. And all this because Sheree also told her that, when she said she don't want to be in the movie, Sheree said, well, she said she would be okay not being in the movie. And she felt even a bigger sort of way. I'm like, at the end of the day, I said y'all both took it to a whole nother level. And it's like you either could have disagreed, you should say, okay, if that's what she believed, that's what she believed. And kept it pushing, but you get into your feelings of you ain't no liar when we know you are a liar. And so Sheree was like, Sheree asked, so who was all coming to your event? She said everybody's coming, so I'm even inviting Toya. And so I said it's gonna be really interesting coming to that. So we move on to Candy's Peach event. So we got my homegirl T.S. Madison makes her debut on the scene and stuff, do a little cameo and stuff. Um, Candy had a couple of all her friends. We seen Tiny. Tiny was there. One of her besties, Candy besties, I forget her name. She showed up finally. So all the ladies finally showing up bit by bit, and uh, they all just chit chatting. And Sheree ended up catching some of the ladies up, catching the ladies up on what happened between when she went to go see went to go see Candy. Catching the ladies up on what happened there and stuff. So they preparing to see what's gonna go down with Drew when Drew show up. So we all like, okay, let's see how this gonna go, y'all. So in the confessions, uh, okay, so Candy finally come back around. She greeting and doing her thing at her event. She come back around to where the ladies was. Marlo had already showed up. Marlo was all cute. Everything had little purse with some peach and stuff. And Candy, they said hi and everything. And Candy went, "Oh, you came to impress." Say, look at you, saying, "Yeah, girl." It's like so. In both of their confession, Marlo gave her praise. Marlo said, "I'm proud of Candy for turning her freakiness into a business." And she went, "I will always, I will always support her." That was it. It was Candy was like, I can be cordial, but when it comes to us having a friendship, no, I don't. I'm good. I'm good. I said, girl, you ain't had to do all that. All you could have just been straight up just a normal person, but you can't do that. You could have just said, I can be cordial. That's it. That's it. You ain't have to do all the other stuff. We already know you're not friends. It's fine. Marlo ain't lost no sleep over it. I hope you ain't. But your attitude and everything and how your mannerism tells me differently. But moving on. So Candy ended up we went from there. Candy ended up thanking the girls for coming out. And they're coming out to see her and everything, coming out to her event and everything. And somebody asked where Drew is. And they asked him where Drew is. Then they all started ladies just chit chatting. They all saying, they don't care. Nobody really cares about the kids. It's more about accusing somebody, attacking somebody's character, and calling them a liar and stuff like that. That's the biggest problem. But I'm like, well, yeah, that's true. It's true. That's 100% true. Attacking somebody's character and making them seem like they're a liar. Well, there is a liar. I said they both liars. So I said what? But we don't. I said, like, it can be either way. Like, who lying, who not. I don't really care. If y'all don't care about the kids, like, who cares? Period. But y'all making it a big thing for some reason. But moving on. After that, Drew finally shows up. Drew ended up saying hi and everything. We move over to Marlo and Ralph. So they at the bar. Marlo and Ralph end up talking, chit chatting, and um Marlo said, I got love for you, bro. I got love for you too, Marlo. You my girl. And she went, it wasn't sure. I don't have no disrespect towards you or anything. Saying, and he ended up telling what happened. Um, he told her that, he ended up telling her what happened. He ended up telling her that Drew called him saying that y'all spent 1 to 2 days talking about him. And his name, talking about him for 2 days. That's what was said to him. And his name kept coming up in other things. And Ralph, when like he said, I felt disrespect. I felt like it was disrespectful. Marlo went like, okay. Marlo went, okay. She ended up telling him, she keep lying. She keep telling lies and saying, she kept telling lies saying, oh, you single, a bitch. What kind of work you do? She said, Marlo said, when she said that, I said, I'm in the same business, I'm in technology like your husband. She said, is that so bad? Ralph Boo. She said, Ralph Boo, is that bad? And Ralph didn't answer. He didn't answer when she asked it. He didn't answer. Um, he just said, I was told it was 2 days of talking about me. That's what he answered it with her. That's how he answered the question without answering it, really. And Marlo went on to say, I'm going to respect you because I like you and I know that you dealing with a lot, with a whole lot, and what you don't know what you're going to get when you wake up in the morning. Wake up in the morning, personality wise. I said, bitch. Personality wise, my ass. Because you don't know what you gonna get with her. Because that heifer got multiple persons. I said, please, they think the oldest sister had a breakdown. Drew the one had the breakdown. Ah, bitch. And when she said that, Ralph just laughed. He laughed. He went, oh man. He laughed and said, oh man. Like he didn't deny. He did not deny one bit of what she said, what Marlo said to him. About him, he don't know what he gonna get in the morning. Marlo said, it's the truth. He didn't deny that either. So they ended up, Marlo and Ralph made up and stuff. They good. So we move on so Toya finally showed up. She greeted everybody, and she tells Candy in her ear, girl, yeah, I'm upset with you, girl. Candy, what I do? Candy, what I do, girl? What? So they end up going upstairs. Her, Drew, and Toya said, I'm upset because, I got a text and videos from Marlo about something that went on the trip Drew said about me. And I wasn't there to defend myself. And they asked, they went to go get Marlo and stuff. Marlo comes upstairs. Marlo does come upstairs like y'all summon me and do her booty dance, booty rocking everywhere. She do the booty walking everywhere. And I said all three ladies did not look away. They were like, all right. They didn't look away while she did her whole booty rocking everywhere. They all three looked. They stared at that ass. I went, tells a lot to me. So after she did her dance, she went, okay. So what y'all summing me up here for? So Candy One, they wanted to know about the video when you sending the videos and why you sent. I sent it because I wanted Toya to see how her so-called friend feels about her. And Toya went, yes. Toya said, I did not like it at all. And I told her I didn't like it. Any other things that she had said and stuff. And they ended up, when she was going through that, telling that, Drew went into, well, it looked like Marlo edited the footage. She said, Marlo said, edited what? Marlo said, how the hell I edited that? Marlo went back. She went back, girl, bye. Marlo said, I gotta go, girl. She went back in. Talk to you later, girl. She laughed because it was like at that point it was bullshit. Because now y'all just bullshitting for no reason. So after that, they up there, back to the subject. So Candy was like, I don't care who sucked it, I don't care who kissed who. You can kiss this, you can kiss the pipe. I don't care who did this. You can do whatever you want. So I'm over it. So at this point, what's going on? So I just don't be like, I don't want to be accused of being a liar. That is the whole thing about this. And that after that, so Drew, I was just saying how I was just coming from what I experienced and my point of view, that it did not happen. That we did not, me and her didn't kiss. That was just what I was doing at the time. And so during that, Toya was like, Toya went, okay. Toya went like, hold up. Toya went, so if excuse me. Toya said, so Drew, if you believe that Candy is a true, honest, genuine friend, and she says that, we kissed each other, why wouldn't you believe? So why wouldn't you believe her if you think she's an honest and truthful, genuine friend? And Drew White, she was vandalizing. She was vandalizing, and Candy was like, "No, I wasn't, girl. It's time to get away. Well, we just gonna agree to disagree at this point." I'm over it. Because I'm like, girl. I said, Drew, you delusional. You're delusional. Because I said right then and there, Toya just confirmed that y'all kissed. And she said, if this is your true friend and you truly cared about Candy, and you know she's honest and truthful to you at all times, so when she said it, why wouldn't you believe her? That to me, she was saying that it was true. But after that, go back downstairs. The ladies are down there. Everybody but Kenya. They sit around talking about just sitting there. Yetta with Courtney, Marlo, Sheree, and Sonya. Just chit chatting. It's like when she with them, they have a lot. It's like you see Mignetta just having fun. It's like when she had the other three around her, it's like what goes on, because it's like you're a normal person and you're the independent woman that you say you are at all times. But when you're around your so-called three friends, it's like you turn into a different person. But Marlo sent Drew a text like, what was it? So did you kiss her? The yellow girl. Said what? So Candy come back downstairs. They asked her, so girl, what happened? She went, girl, don't even go. She went, girl, I'm over it. We just did a agree or disagree at this point. But after that, the ladies, it seemed like they had fun. It seemed like Candy's event for her business was good. It seemed like it was nice. She had a nice event and everything. Congratulations to you. This episode was actually a good one. Was actually everybody got along for the most part. There was just a little rough with you know, the Drew. But everybody else got along. But that's all that happened. Like, subscribe, share on all social medias. It's your boy Paul. I'll get back at y'all later.